Hey everybody, welcome back to CryptoBit Girl. I'm here to help you master your money and build your wealth. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my favorite Bitcoin books for beginners that are absolute must-reads for you to truly and deeply understand Bitcoin to its core. There's a lot of people that read an article that lasts maybe 3 minutes, and they think they understand everything about Bitcoin. And I can tell when interacting with these people online or reading comments made by them. They're just not informed. And that's why they don't understand how powerful Bitcoin is. So, it took me a long time to go down the Bitcoin rabbit hole. I first heard about it in 2013, when I was working at a tech startup here in Cleveland. My CTO bought to Bitcoin ended up hitting like $900 or $1,000 per Bitcoin right around there. And since I was coming from a traditional financial background, I completely dismissed it and didn't give it any second thought. That is, until we saw the next cycle where it hit $20,000 per Bitcoin. And that's when my interest got piqued in it. So, this is right around 2018 or so. So these books that I'm going to show you. You should read these in order, okay? It's important that you read these in order to build a strong foundation, kind of like building a pyramid. And then the books that are more food for thought are at the end. But the first ones that I recommend to you are absolutely mandatory reading. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So, book number 1 is going to be number 1 is The Internet of Money. A collection of talks by Andreas M. Antonopoulos. The Internet of Money is a compilation of Andreas' informative YouTube and podcast talks. While many books explain how Bitcoin works, The Internet of Money dives deep and goes more into the why of Bitcoin. This book defines what Bitcoin is and what it isn't. The reader will also learn to understand the coming technological changes of cryptocurrencies, which are similar to going from horses to cars or from gas to electricity. The book is full of deep similar philosophical examples and comparisons, all related to cryptocurrencies, and how humans need this technology, and how it has the potential to solve many of the world's problems, including unbanking the millions around the world. Andreas M. Antonopoulos is a best-selling author, speaker, educator, and one of the world's foremost Bitcoin and open blockchain experts. He has several popular Bitcoin and crypto industry-related books, including The Internet of Money, Volume 1, 2 and 3, Mastering Bitcoin, and Mastering Ethereum. Book number 2 is Digital Gold. Bitcoin and the Inside Story of the Misfits and Millionaires Trying to Reinvent Money. Digital Gold by Nathaniel Popper is almost like a fiction-type thriller book with an incredible story and plot twists. The book goes back to conversations of the pseudonymous inventor, Satoshi Nakamoto, and countless of other key people such as Hal Finney, Gavin Anderson, Ross Ulbricht, Charlie Shrem, and many more. The story has everything from powerful organizations, to murder, drug trade, blackmail, and of course how the decentralized revolution of money begins. Popper is a technology reporter for the New York Times, and is well known in the crypto space for being the author of Digital Gold. Book number 3 is The Bitcoin Standard. The Decentralized Alternative to Central Banking. The Bitcoin Standard is one of the most frequently cited Bitcoin books by many crypto enthusiasts. The book is designed to help readers gain an in-depth understanding of the history and evolution of money. This book is excellent for anyone interested in the history of money. It explains the financial economics of money, it defines what money is and what it is not, it shows the reader why gold was such a good foundation for money in the past, and what are the benefits and differences of hard money on a society at large. Book number 4 is Bitcoin Billionaires. A true story of genius, betrayal, and redemption. Bitcoin Billionaires is a true story based on the Winklevoss twins' journey through the cryptocurrency space. The book goes on to a wild and crazy ride about Winklevoss twins, and how after they had reached a multi-million-dollar settlement with Zuckerberg end up on a business journey discovering Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. The Winklevoss twins were convinced Bitcoin will be the next big thing, and decided to invest huge sums into it, ending up acquiring over 1% of the total supply, making them one of the largest known Bitcoin holders in the industry. Book number 5 is Inventing Bitcoin. This is written by Yin Pritzker, who is the CEO of Swan, or the CTO of Swan Bitcoin. I've also had him on my podcast as well. So inventing Bitcoin is important. And it's my second recommendation for you. because this is basically a layman's guide to the technical aspect of Bitcoin and how it actually works. So I think this is the biggest weakness of most people, where they fail to understand why Bitcoin is so intriguing. And why its value proposition is so important is because they don't really understand the math and the technology behind Bitcoin and how it actually works. This book will explain to you why Bitcoin is pretty much the hardest money, or the hardest form of money ever created by humans, this is the icing on the cake after you read the first two. Book number 6 is Thank God for Bitcoin. This is the creation or corruption and redemption of money. This has multiple authors. It has about 8 authors, which you can see here on the back of the book. Robert Breedlove, who I've had on my podcast talking about what is money. Jimmy Song was very famous. J.M. Bush. There's a bunch of people that helped write this book. It's a very, very good book. This actually focuses more on like Christian principles. So, not to bring religion into the channel. But this actually ties a lot of what you know. The Bible and Christian teachings talk about not just money, but also about like usury, which is interest, making money from money, and then also rent-seeking behavior. So this talks about how farmers need to reap what they sow. If you want to work out and have a nice body, for example, you can't fake that. You can't just pay for that, you have to put in the work. So that's why proof of work is huge in the Bitcoin system. And this pulls a lot of examples from the Bible. This is written by primarily Christian people, Orthodox Christians, and other types of Christians as well, Catholics. But it's a very, very, very interesting book, talking mostly about rent-seeking behavior, and people who simply just try and leech off of others, which is not possible on a Bitcoin standard. So Thank God for Bitcoin is pretty cool. This book is written by another person who I've had on the podcast, Jeff Booth, very, very, very successful entrepreneur. This is a book called The Price of Tomorrow. This book is not specifically about Bitcoin. This book is actually talking about how technology is inherently deflationary. So every year how TVs, for example, they get nicer and nicer and bigger, and the pictures better and better. And the processors are faster and faster than ever before. But the price of TVs goes down, for the value provided or relatively stays the same, right? So if you remember 20-30 years ago, your dad brings home a big screen TV. It takes up half the living room. If you look at computers from 20-30 years ago, there are huge. Now you can see that some computers sit in the palm of our hand, for example, such as a smartphone. And then you have TVs that are getting better and better, but the price goes down. And those are just 2 quick examples. But ultimately, his thesis is that technology is deflationary. So as we move into the future, the prices of things should be going down. But when it comes to inflation, which is the system that we're used to and the system that we're all a part of, we live in an inflationary monetary environment, aka the US dollar, for example. And most countries do. I mean, all countries do. We should be seeing more deflation because of technology. So The Price of Tomorrow is a great book, not specifically about Bitcoin, but it's definitely in there. Book number 7 is The Age of Cryptocurrency. How Bitcoin and the blockchain are challenging the global economic order. The Age of Cryptocurrency is an informative book regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. If you are new to Bitcoin and not convinced about all the excitement, this book will alleviate the buzzwords and everything that is happening with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. After reading The Age of Cryptocurrency, the reader will understand that blockchain technology is not just another gold rush, but truly innovative technology that is bound to change every aspect of money and banking, and will influence all living beings on Earth. Let us know in the comments below which books you like most. Thank you so much. Everybody have a prosperous day.